This is bonkers. I've just realised we've got a camera filming a camera. This is like Inception. Anyway,
oh
sorry,
my God,
carry
that's
on.
brilliant. I totally broke down. This is what's happened here.
We're trying to portray
a professional.
Oh, wait a minute, let me cue you in. Built like a Golf. I have spent many hours sat here checking over footage, making up these videos that I do for YouTube. And you do have to have a bit of a passion for it, a bit of enthusiasm. But I've met so many amazing people through doing this, other content creators, Instagram, Facebook, obviously TikTok nowadays as well, but also the YouTube side of things has been absolutely amazing. Last year I met Mel from 92 Automotive. She came along to the Capri Vlog Social last year, and also the DizzyCap Convoy this year as the official photographer, which is absolutely wicked. She's grown an absolutely fantastic following, as well as partnering with the Southwest Retros Car Club. She's got a couple of ambassadors on board now, and most excitingly, DizzyCap Car Show is now an official partner of 92 Automotive. So I thought that it was only right that we had a little chat to Mel, had a little look at a couple of her cars, and got behind the scenes of the camera to check out what it is she does on a photo shoot. So with no further ado, guys, let's get into it. Guys, we've made it into the Mk4 Golf, that is Archer GTI, with Mel from 92 Automotive. Thanks so much for joining us on the channel.
That's quite alright.
It's absolutely wicked to have you on. So what is 92 Automotive?
So I started taking car photos in about 2008 when I went to my first car show. I only took photos of Capris and Audi Quattros, and that was it.
Capri.
I know, they were really nice. I've still got them. I've still got the photos. They're shocking, but I've still got them. I started working in the motor trade about 5-6 years ago. And that was kind of when, so I was actually taking photos of cars as a job at that point, which was perfect. I just absolutely I loved every second of it. I went to a couple of car shows, like modified things. I think my first one might have been early edition in Northampton. I did a couple of other bits and bobs like ultimate stance and ultimate dubs and things, kind of typically focused around Volkswagens. And then I just I just carried on doing it, and then people started saying, "Oh, I really like the photos. Can I have the copy?" And
so where are you at now then? You've got a job.
Yeah.
92 is side hustle at the moment.
It's it's sort of a side hustle. It's almost a full-time job alongside my full-time job.
Yeah, fair.
But I also
do put a lot of time and stuff into it.
I do, absolutely. Like every time, I get home from work, I'm straight on the computer doing something about 92. I didn't mean side hustle as being a duo. No, it started when I was doing it. I kind of did it because I enjoyed it and I liked it. You know what? I hated my full-time job at the time I started charging for this. Yeah, I hated it. I was miserable. I was going through some stuff, and it was the only thing that I had at the time that actually kind of made me feel good for a bit. And that I actually
a bit of an escape.
It was a complete escape. It just became this thing that I loved. It was the thing that I used to escape. It was good for my mental health, which is why I do all the fundraising with Mind at the moment, is because actually people need help, people need support, even if they don't want to say it, even if they feel like they can't or whatever. And I certainly didn't feel like I could ask for help. And that's kind of how that side of things started. It's now something that is a full-time job alongside my full-time job, and then I've got the side hustle of the driving instruction as well.
I see.
So it's very busy. Life is very busy.
Right, we're gonna go get some photos. Right, so we're out. We've stopped. This is Archer GTI. We'll get a couple of shots of this as well, B-roll wise, but also a couple of photos. But this is an absolutely fantastic opportunity and spot just to have a little bit of a chat about what's going down. I guess car show wise, and especially like the Convoy when you're moving, it's really hard because you've got no setup time. You've got to just work with what you've got.
So you can kind of get a rough idea. So obviously when we were driving in the car, before we did the rolling shots, I had a bit of time to kind of get an idea of what settings I needed to use by taking pictures of random objects or other people's cars. I didn't know whose they were. I was just taking pictures of stuff going, that'll be fine. And for a show, typically, I mean, you can kind of, when you go into a building, you know that you're going to have to change certain settings and do certain things. And you just sort of do them and then you kind of tweak from there. So you might take a photo and be like, actually, do you know what? I need to up that, or I need to do this. Whereas on a shoot, I've got so much more time. As long as they don't have to rush off. and I don't plan anything else in the day. With certain things, I've got presets on the computer, so I can click a button and it'll apply that preset to all of these photos.
Oh, nice.
But then I tweak from there.
Yeah, okay. So you've got a starting point.
So like when we did location 1, we had the coal mill, whatever it was, that was behind us. So I was able to kind of do the first couple, work out, okay, this preset's close, and then I've got to do these tweaks, and then I can apply those to the rest of them.
Yeah.
So then they're about, because they were pretty much similar angles, the lighting was about the same.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get, and then you just fine tune. And that
I think the East Compton Farm, who's that with? Bristol?
That is Queen Square.
Queen Square, that's the one. Yeah. That's all indoors, isn't it?
Yes,
lighting
that
in there
was
is difficult.
Horrible to take pictures at. I really struggled indoors, but that's because my shoots, the stuff I spend the time on and the stuff I practice is outside.
Yeah.
I get to choose the lighting. You know, this is perfect with overcast. We've got enough light that it's not harsh.
Yeah.
It's soft, so it'll bring out the colours of the car really well, and it's good for, you know, silver cars, black cars especially.
So have you had...
That's quite a nice picture, actually.
Do you do that like all day, every day now?
Yeah. All day, every day.
Constantly, like, that'd be a great picture. That'd be a great picture.
Yeah.
So when we're driving by this particular location, what are you looking for? In terms of we drove by and you went, that's going to be good.
That'll be good. So it's a quiet lane. It's a very quiet lane. I know that no one goes down here because I live local.
That's the main thing. You don't want to be stopping on a motorway.
You've kind of got the lane behind you. There's a metal barrier, which you won't be able to see probably right now.
Yeah.
That would be really good for some shots coming the other way.
Yeah.
And it's just nice. It's tight. It's cozy. It's green. I love greenery in my photos. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with green things, especially when you've got a car like this one that kind of looks a bit jazzed up. It's a little bit more boyish. It's a little bit more starker.
Yeah.
It needs the uplifting colours around it to bring out its highlights and its best features.
Yeah.
Obviously, where this is right now, you won't really see the lane behind, but you've got the hedges going into the car. You've obviously got the road going into it as well. So it's kind of like everything is pointing at the car.
Yeah.
So now we've got loads of light, and this is horrible for photos, but you can totally see the difference now.
Yeah.
So by
it's better to have some
having the overcast, and it's slightly cooler, and there are horses coming, so I need to move my car.
Nice. Right, now the horses are gone. So can you take us through this camera very briefly? Is this the new one?
This is the one I've literally had for about a week.
So this is the getting used to stage.
I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah. Can we see on the back screen?
Yes, it just responds very slowly, but you can sort of see roughly that the car is in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
But although the darker it is, it doesn't really matter. You can take it dark and then bring it back to life later.
Yeah. The size of the lens is dependent on the zoom that you're starting off at. Effectively, like very, very layman terms.
So this, at the moment it's on 70. 300 means, so if I show you the difference, that is what you'll see on a 300. At 300 zoom, that's fully out. So
okay. So if you get a much smaller lens, that would be...
Yeah, so I've got a few different
20
ones.
to 50.
I've got a 50mm, which... It doesn't zoom, it's just 50mm.
Okay, yeah.
That's all you get, it's just that. So it's like half the size of this.
Yeah.
All you can change is the f-stop, which is effectively the background, like the blurring of the background.
Yeah, okay.
And what it's focusing on. On here, for example, like if I took this photo as it is, obviously it's going to be quite dark, but you'll be able to sort of see, maybe, hopefully, it's a bit too dark really, but this is all blurry in the background.
Yeah, I see. Okay,
whereas this is obviously the foreground, that's the focus, and that'll be in focus with the background or blur.
Yeah.
So your f-stop is always going to sort of effectively choose how in focus your background is.
Yeah.
That's effectively what that is.
Can you show us the ISO difference? Can you turn the ISO up and down and show us the difference?
I can try. Well, I'll do the extremes. So we'll do 512. So if I take, so you won't see anything there, because it's letting more light into it. So that photo, when I get it onto a computer, when you blow it up, it's going to be like noisy. They call it noise. And you can like cancel that out, but on that, it'll be almost impossible.
Yeah. You guys going that way? Yeah.
Move the car.
Interrupted by horses today in this lovely rural location.
We're swapping
horsepower
for horses.
Yeah. So this one is now...
I don't know, I'm on 100 I think for my ISO now.
So that's super low?
Yeah. I tend to shoot with like a low ISO because it's easier to bring it up.
Okay, yeah.
And then that's the white balance, so that if I bump it right up
to
something stupid.
We're getting onto white balance.
Yeah, so I bumped it up to something ridiculous.
That's the highest setting.
Yeah. So if I take a photo.
Whoa! What car? With those two settings, you've got a massive range, haven't
So
you?
if it's too bright, you can bump down your ISO, and then you can pop drop the white balance that way, and the darken it.
Yeah.
Simple.
What a cracking bit of kit.
I know. It's horrible.
Should we go and grab another car?
Yes, but I want to get a photo of the car from the other side first.
Okay. You don't photo your car much, I assume, on events and stuff. You sort of focus in trying to get other people.
I will always take pictures of my car first, but there's a reason, and actually it's a really clever reason, and it's actually legit. More importantly, this is a legit reason why I take photos of my cars. I can practice the settings before I take photos of somebody else's car. You know, the first few photos are never very good.
Yeah.
So I do it on my own car. So,
like you say, the light settings and stuff that we were just talking about are quite easily refinable, aren't they?
yeah.
And just to catch the light of the day.
Yeah, and I can get a
Especially
general
indoors
tone
and
of what
stuff.
it's like with mine.
Yeah.
It's a difficult car to photo just because of the colours of it.
Yeah.
And I'm really fussy with it anyway. Which
That's
is
a
funny
fantastic segue onto the colours of the car. I was going to ask you about your GTI.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the what is it? The Mk4 GTI.
So he's a Mk4 Golf.
Yeah.
He is a 1.9 diesel engine TDI. He is a GTI.
GTI spec.
Yeah, GTI
Yeah,
spec. Yeah. And he's 150 brakes. He's a PD 150.
Nice.
And
Such a cracking engine.
it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I'll wait until we got back to swap cars before I commit to how good or not it is. But I do track the car, so I've been taking it out on track.
What are the wheels? Are they original?
No, these are not original wheels. These are Team Dynamics. I think they're pro race. I got them for like 80 quid with tyres.
So where did the yellow come from? Is the yellow
Alcohol?
all you?
No, so
Was there any yellow on it before you?
there was no yellow on it before. The yellow, so it's
Oh, God,
you're
I
going to
like
find
that.
out how much of a nerd I am. So one of my favourite programmes growing up was Star Trek.
Yeah, gotta love Star
I
Trek.
love Star Trek, and my favourite character was a character called Trip. I love Trip. I thought he was the best character ever. Unfortunately, in the series, Trip died. Not real Trip, it was like a clone Trip, it was very, whatever, nerd stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to name a car after a character that died because I was kind of stealing his fate.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I decided that actually I'll call it Archer. I had this great idea because the floor mats in here are actually from my first Golf,
Oh, nice.
and they've got the yellow trim, which is the same yellow pinstriping as the captain's uniform on
Yeah.
the Enterprise series. If you probably
I love
chuck
this
up a
link.
picture,
This is wicked.
chuck up a picture of him, honestly. And when you see it, you'll be like, oh, that makes so much sense. Which is why the yellow pinstriping is everywhere, because he's the captain.
Yeah, I really like it, and like the window surrounds have got.
Yeah.
Like
so I did all the
pinstripes.
pinstriping more recently. The pinstriping was a hesitant decision. I wasn't sure, so I did it on the one side and not the other.
Yeah.
So I could ask people, which side of the car do you prefer?
Yeah.
And everyone said the pinstripe, so I just did the other side.
Yeah, I think it's wicked.
I genuinely love this car, but I'm always in trouble. He's kind of like your crazy uncle that's drunk too much at a Christmas party. Like, that is this car. He's cool, but he's a little bit kind of out there. He's a bit garish, but he's always dependable.
Yeah.
He's that uncle.
I like it.
So the other two are a little bit more.
Talking of other golf, should we go and have a ride?
Yeah.
We're in Golfage number 2,
We are.
and this one is what's the Instagram tag?
Pearl_18T. There are minor differences between this and the diesel. Obviously, this is a petrol. This is a 1.8 turbo Golf Estate, sport wagon.
So was this the GTI engine?
Yes, so it's
if one were to get
the same engine as the S3.
Yeah,
it's the same 1.8 engine that went in that, so it's pushing 220. So
That's a good amount of power, isn't it?
it's a fantastic amount of power.
And I'm a big fan of these wagons, like Nick, our mutual friend, Nick the Legend.
Yeah.
He's got that ST wagon.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of wagons. Yeah, you see?
She's not really warm, so I won't push her that hard.
No. I mean, that's not even pushing hard, but it's,
That
you
wasn't,
can just
it was
feel
just
it.
a little
You can
bit.
just feel it's a capable amount of power. Is that genuine miles?
Yeah.
Shit the bed.
We didn't talk about that.
That's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's genuine miles.
It looks like a really, really clean car and stuff. There's no way you'd imagine that it'd be up there.
Yeah, so this has been up and down to Scotland, Wales, mountain biking. It's been worked hard before I had it.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
It's come to me for retirement, is what it's come to.
Okay, that is cool. Let's do a reveal. So you guys put in the comments below what you think the miles of this car is, and then in 2 days after posting this video, I'll put up a community post
I'm not
revealing.
sure. I don't know how she will about that.
I'll just put it in the video. I'll put it in the video. That's mental. That's really cool.
Yeah, she's. But you wouldn't think, like, the amount of miles she's done, like, you wouldn't think that she's done this many miles the way that she looks.
Yeah, definitely not. That is wicked.
So.
That's so nice, isn't it?
Really nice. It's good fun. And she sounds great when she's warm. She's just amazing. I love this car. But she's not.
Oh, there's a sort of an age of a car generally where it sort of steps up a notch in terms of the feel inside, modernisation and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the Mark 3 to the Mark 4 Golf was that.
This is
I think
timeless.
when you sit in a Mark 4 Golf, it feels like that's a very nice spot. It feels like I say more modern, but more modern in terms of the textures, the feel of the thing.
This is the timeless design. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, this car is 20 this year.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm finding bonkers nowadays about shows that you go into and the cars that you're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously did these late 90s, so actually she's another potentially 3, 4, 5 years on top.
Yeah.
In terms of the design.
Yeah, there's my baby. It's my baby.
This is my baby now.
Should we go do some more shots?
Yeah.
We found another spot with an absolutely wicked backdrop. And we're going to have another flick round the camera, maybe have a little look at the different lens to do some close-up shots.
Yes, we'll do some lens. So,
yeah, go.
I've got a Sigma lens. This is a 105. And then I've also got more toys. I have got, this is my 50mm. That's it. So that's all it is.
No zooming and
No zooming, just focusing. So this is the 85, so this is really good for portraiture work. So taking pictures of people's faces, really good for that. But what we'll do is we'll just have a go with the car where it is. I'll leave the camera where it is, and then we can compare the differences between, I'll leave all of the settings the same, apart from I'll change the lens.
That's a wicked idea.
Or I'm going to try anyway, I can't guarantee that this is going to work. So camera, got picture 1, so that's your 50.
Yeah.
This is the 85. I tried to keep it the same. So this is the 105, and all the settings are the same, and they've obviously got different things that they'll do. So obviously, there's a difference in how the lens copes with light as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Once you understand lighting,
you're halfway there.
just point and shoot. Yeah, literally.
It's just point and shoot. As you're marching around your shows, you're obviously trying to get as many pictures of as many cars as possible, but it always seems to be in your albums that you've got these really cool close-up shots of little details and stuff like that. What are you looking for?
Anything different.
Cool.
Typically, so badges, wheels, brakes. It might just be that I've walked past and I've seen an angle with my eye and think, actually, that's a really good angle. So, you know, like the diagonal over the lights or something like that. There's just a bit, you don't stop and look at it. But you know it's there. Obviously, it's going to have a front end and some lights, but you don't stop and actually take in. If you actually look at a set of headlights and actually all of the little bits that go into it, actually they're quite interesting. Which sounds really weird, but
especially 2000s-ish onwards. There's a lot of designs, isn't there? I mean, the old cars like the Capris, it's like there's a light bulb, that'll do. Does it work? Maybe. That'll be fine. So what are you focusing in on here?
So I haven't actually chosen yet. I'm probably going to do the 1.8 badge.
Yeah, cool.
How many wagons do you see with a 1.8 turbo badge on the back?
Not many. Do you know the numbers?
They made 1,200 for the EU market. I think around 200 came here. Of this spec, the single figures of the overall 1.8 turbo spec, there's probably up to about 20, 30 of them. There's not many.
Wow.
There really isn't many. Right, so this is a perfect example of when a polarizing filter would be a really good idea.
It's like the
I might have one.
Sun.
What size is this? This is a 50. Yeah, I might have one. So what am I on? 50. So I'll get that to about 50 as well. So about the same. So, in fact, it's totally different if you look at that. Just taking a fit. That's with the 50 on that, and that's with the 50 on this. So yeah, that's why I kind of like the polarizing filters, because you can block out a lot of the reflection.
Yeah.
So like on that this photo now, I'll be able to see you in the photo. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see me as well, I think. Nope, there you are.
Yeah.
Which means I'm about here somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do some of the detail stuff because that's what we were here for. But if you want to stand on my left, because it's not picking up that you're there. But then what I do typically, not with this one, because I haven't been able to do it with this one, because I'm not stood all the way over there, is I'll just go further back, and then you can crop into it anyway, because the quality of the other one is so much better that I can do that. So we've got the badge there.
Let's have a little look at the engine bay.
Okay.
Close up shots of this.
I don't know if I can get far enough away. I might have to stand up there.
Okay.
Please be clean. Please be clean.
Please be clean. Please be clean.
Which obviously needs a bit of bath, but it's clean enough.
Yes. There she is.
It was
like it.
Nicer.
I like it.
It was looking a lot nicer. But yeah, if we're doing like engine shots, typically if I'm doing a proper shoot, I'll obviously get like one straight.
Yeah.
You know, I'll look at kind of the different side angles. But what I tend to do is we tend to kind of, I don't know if it's too windy today, but sort of drop the hood to about there. Should hold it.
Yeah.
And then if I can get high enough from up there, I don't know if this is going to work, but because I think I'm way too close. But that's just the one. But the other one would have been all right. But it just means that then you've got effectively this view from here, and then you've got like the bit of the bonnet, which is in a relatively shit condition. Sorry, shouldn't be swearing, really should have. And then you can kind of see the engine bay, but you don't catch all of the crap that's down the back. Because obviously there's always the heat shields and stuff as well down the back. The other one we try and do, won't work on this one. Typically I'll pop something under here that the owner's bought.
It's much more
so it's even more shallow. So that you kind of get it's a bit darker then. But
so given the immense background that we've got here, if you were to be shooting a close-up shot of the lights with the background of the background, this is one of the like amazing things about the SLR, giving you the blurred
so that probably
perspective, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So over there we have sunny Gloucester.
Sunny Gloucester!
So what it's done is not focus on the car whatsoever. This is half of my life, it's just seeing how this goes. Behave. It's not really low enough, that's not really what I wanted. The best bit about having half of my garage in the boot.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want me to use this or something? To like pop under the...
I'll have something. I don't know if you can, there you go, you can sort of see what I'm doing now. Is you've got like the I'll obviously turn it off and take the photo, but you've got a bit of the bonnet.
Yeah.
Then you've got the actual engine itself.
Yeah.
If I just whiz that off, take the photo.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, gives you a whole new perspective on the shot.
Something like that. But that's what I try and do, is if you see like the curvature of the light, where the light cutout is on the bonnet, and then you can use that to frame the shot. That.
Yes, yeah.
I'll be able to edit. I'm hoping I can edit the white out of that because it's really white, isn't it? So if I drop down that way, and then do it again, at some point today would be great. That's too much. So if I had less sunlight hitting the top of the bonnet here, this wouldn't glare so much. So if this was like overcast, this would be black, not grey.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be as obvious as a thing.
Yeah.
But you can interact with things on the car to be able to take the photo. And I'll be able to do something with that, I'm sure. But hopefully. If not, I'll try. I'll come back out and do it again later.
When the clouds come back.
Something like that, yeah, when the clouds come back. But there's loads of stuff that you can do. You know, you've got like the badges on the side, obviously that indicates full of water.
Yeah.
This one is also full of water, so we won't use that either. But you can do like a little thing on there, or you know, like the 1.8 badge in there, or the one on the back end, or the stickers, or you know, like if people have like air fresheners and stuff, you might actually notice you'll only notice it if I do this, because I've actually got a little wagon.
Yeah.
But like, it's even like little tiny things like that. I don't know if I'll be able to get it because I don't have the... I'll do it on my other camera actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well this is going to come up because it's going to focus on all the dirt on the windscreen. There you go. So here's your 2 photos. This is why I chose this one. So that is without the polarizing filter on it.
Yeah.
With
Mental. There's like nothing there on the screen anymore.
apart from all the dirt. Yeah.
That is a really good show with that filter.
So, but yeah, but it's like things like that. That's a really cool thing. You know, there's an air freshener or something that looks different. There's obviously the 92 charm that I put on there.
Yeah, that's an amazing bit of kit, isn't it? Especially for shows. Summer season, like summer days out, stuck in a field with classic cars, that polarizing filter must be...
It's so good, and it changes the photo entirely from a picture of somebody trying to take through the glass that's reflecting the tree above or whatever, and then to actually being able to see what we can see.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Mel, for joining us for this episode. It's been wicked. It's been something we've been planning on doing for a little while, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little while.
And now we are official partner of 92 Automotive. I felt it was only right to come out and have a little look, and it's been a wicked opportunity to have a little look behind the camera, as I said earlier. I love that. Wicked. It's been wicked to have a little look behind the camera, but as I mentioned, I've lost my train of thought now. Too much power. Too much power. So 92 Automotive. What's the future look like? Good question.
I would certainly say there's a lot coming changes wise in terms of what it offers as a brand. So obviously traditionally it's only been the photography has been the only thing I've really done with it.
Yeah.
You know, I do have stickers and lanyards and stuff, but I don't really push it. I haven't done anyway. So in the short term is going to be clothing. There'll be clothing designs and things like that. There'll be more of them sort of merch side of things.
Yeah.
So like your lanyards, your stickers, your hoodies, your t-shirts. But there will be specific designs in there as well that are like car related. Hopefully commissions and things as well from your photos of art drawings rather than just the photos that you can have done.
That's exciting.
So that'll be coming up. Hopefully in the next 12 months that will be something that will certainly be offered. And then I've got an ambassador scheme that I've just introduced, so growing that.
You got some wicked folk on that. Do you want some shout outs?
Yes. So I've got Hannah with her MX5. Bailey Ben, who has a red Starlet S. And I've also got Mark Henderson with his Escort as well.
Quality little Escort.
Little motor. And Mark's actually the first ambassador that I had as well. And it's really nice to have them on the team as well, because it's nice that people share the same passion and they want to grow something, and that's a really nice thing. And I'm hoping that, you know, I can bring them on for different projects within 92, so it's not just about pushing 92, it's about pushing them and helping them do something as well. So hopefully that'll come more obviously than, you know, yourself as an official partner as well. That's pretty wicked, and it's nice to be able to do some shows and stuff together, and doing a show with someone as a partner like that's always been something I've always wanted to do. Then being able to pick a car that was like my car of the show last year at the first social that you did was like, that was another bucket list thing as well. So I've had a few really cool things that we've done, which has been really nice. I am looking for some more ambassadors. I'm looking for hopefully a couple more sort of German cars, preferably something, you know, BMW, Audi, because obviously I've already got my Golf in there, but I will still be looking for some Volkswagens, looking for a couple of American cars, a couple of classics. So it's kind of like a broad range of different types of things. That'll definitely be something that I'm going to grow over the next 12 months. You know, obviously the ambassadors will hopefully be able to do some more stuff and involve them, and at least give them a way of earning a little bit out of it as well. Which would be really nice. So they get their freebies and things for a certain number of purchases through their discount codes and stuff like that. So definitely hit up those. I'll send you the links to them.
I've got all of this stuff's going to be in the description below. I'll leave a little paragraph plus links directly to the ambassador section of your website and that sort of stuff. So go and check that out if it's something you're interested in doing.
Oh, and I'm looking at maybe doing a bit of YouTube stuff.
Yeah, cool.
I call it YouTube stuff because I'm obviously not going to be very professional about this. It'll just be.
Nor am I.
I'm not going to be doing it like you do. It'll be kind of like every once in a little while, if there's been a particular show or a shoot that I want to highlight, that'll be something I can do.
You've also got a section on your website which is build a shoot.
Yes, you can build your own photo shoot on the website. So we introduced that just after the Archive magazine. So
that's exciting. That's really cool.
Really cool. So I thought it was a really nice way of sort of saying, okay, well, you tell me what you want. Do you want stickers? Do you want a lanyard? Would you like to have a copy of the magazine? You know, and being able to offer that as add-ons, and then you can kind of choose what you want, how your photos go together. It's everything. It's just completely customizable because these days having something bespoke is so important. Like everybody, I would like to think, would like to have exactly how they want it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one size fits all. You know, you can just do it all online. You just book it, pay it, and then we just arrange the date. That's all we have to do is just arrange the date.
Yeah.
And that's the easy part.
That's really cool.
And then obviously Archive magazine, which was like
that was awesome.
My most craziest brainchild that I think I've had for 92. When I talked to a few other photographers, and they have they might print out like little 6x4s and they put them all together and they just keep them in their cupboard. So this is my year and these are the things I'm most proud of. And I thought, do you know what? I'll do it. I'll make the Archive magazine. So it was originally only going to be digital, and then obviously I sent it to you, like Mark. I sent it to a couple of people and said, what do you think? And most people said, I want a copy of it. I want it printed. Like, are you going to do it? And I was like, no, it's just digital. And they were like, oh.
It is amazing. It's awesome to have, though, is that
and
as a physical copy. It's amazing.
But awesome. Even that was a conversation I'd had with myself. It would be nice to have. And then it became, no, we want a printed copy. And then the next thing I know is I've ordered 50 copies and I've pretty much got rid of all of them but 3. And it's like, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
That's
I wasn't
amazing.
expecting that. So at least I know next year that 50 is about right.
50 is a good
unless
number.
More people want some. So
you'll need more than that next year.
I hope so.
I
hope so.
Definitely will. Oh, wicked. It's been absolutely awesome to come out and do this video. So thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks for you guys for watching. Make sure to look at the links in the description below for all the stuff from Mel from 92. And I'll catch up with you guys in a moment.
All right now, in fact. So that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks so much to Mel from 92 Automotive for coming out for today's episode. I've got to say, I ended up with probably the most footage that I've ever had to try and sift through to make this video. So it's been really, really hard to try and edit this down to where it is at right now. But I do hope that it gives you a little bit of a flavour for the sort of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, the amount of effort that goes on with this sort of content creation and this sort of business as well. Loads and loads of stuff going on, as mentioned, for 92 over the season, but also into the future. If it's something that you guys want to be part of, then please go and check out the Ambassador scheme. But also make sure to just go and support on social media. Also a new YouTube channel just coming, which is absolutely wicked. Again, I keep saying it, links in the description below. 92 Automotive is the official photographer for the Cap Social, which is my own show to finish off show season. Saturday the 30th of September down near Chew Valley Lake, down in just south of Bristol. So please make sure to go and check out. Again, links in the description below for the events page where you'll get all the details for that. You can always also book your spot. I'd absolutely love to fill it up and have a wicked variety of cars. Last but definitely not least, thanks so much for you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate all your support, and if you haven't yet done so, make sure to do all the things which I'm supposed to say. So I'll leave you with a couple more bloopers, and that just leaves me to say I'll catch you again on the Cap Car Show. That was close. I almost forgot the mileage reveal for Pearl, the GTI wagon. We've got a Vauxhall Insignia, 167,000 miles that's on now. A lot of motorway miles, and that is considered pretty high mileage. I think a lot of people like to try and get rid of their cars when it gets to the 100,000 mile mark because it's pretty high mileage. Pearl, the GTI wagon, the 220 horsepower, pretty highly strung little engine, is actually on 206,000 miles. And crikey, it still looks clean.
Roll on!
Oh, at the time I was like, I don't dislike these photos. Doesn't mean I like them, but I don't dislike. Hi, get away from my car. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about. That went well. Really well.
Oh, the joys of editing.
To the golf!
Girlfriend! Girlfriend!
Girlfriend! Did he wave?
He does not care.
He is not interested.